There's a moment that hits quiet, almost invisible, when your day ends and you wonder, why do I still feel behind, even on the days I was productive? I used to check all the boxes, calendar full, tasks marked done, inbox 0, but something was off. It felt like moving without momentum. At first, I thought it was burnout, or maybe I needed to push harder, but one weekend I mapped it out. Literally, I drew arrows from everything I'd done that week to what it created the next. Most arrows led nowhere, just dead ends. No follow-up, no growth, no return. That was the moment I stopped asking, did I get enough done today? And asked something far more important, what does this hour buy me later? Because if the answer was nothing, then that hour had just become very expensive. Here's the uncomfortable truth. Most people treat time like air. There's always more tomorrow. They fill it up with activity, unaware they're spending it like a currency that disappears at midnight. I was one of them. And it wasn't because I was lazy, unmotivated, or didn't care. I just hadn't been taught to think of time like capital, something to be placed where it would compound, not just spent where it felt good. That distinction changed everything. Because not all tasks are equal. Some generate momentum, some build assets, skills, relationships, systems. Others just end. And that's why you can feel exhausted without moving forward. It's not that you didn't do enough, it's that your effort didn't echo. I started placing my hours like deposits, not perfectly, but intentionally. And to make it easier to track and repeat, I began placing them into what I now call the 5 buckets of compounding time. 1. People. 5-minute messages, unexpected thank yous, short calls that build trust. Time here didn't vanish. It returned as opportunity, clarity, connection. 2. Skills, not binge learning, just repeated reps. 10 short sessions, beat 1 long grind. Skills age slower than trends. They hold value longer. 3. Projects, not just ideas. Things that ship, a draft, a demo, a post. Finished things get feedback, and feedback is rocket fuel. 4. Energy. It sounds basic. Sleep, food, movement. A tired brain doesn't multiply time. It just survives it. 5. Systems. Little rules that reduce friction, time blocks, app limits, a weekly 5-minute review. Systems aren't glamorous, but they make progress automatic. Now, instead of asking, how do I get more done? I ask, what am I building with the time I already have? Because here's the secret. Some hours keep working after you stop. Others, they disappear. Once I saw that clearly, something else clicked. The hidden fee I'd been paying wasn't just lost time. It was drift. That one tab I opened for a second. That errand that broke a deep work block. That tiny scroll that became a tunnel. One drift feels harmless. 10 turn your day to confetti. So I made doing the right thing easier. I pinned my projects to my home screen. I buried the time wasters. But even that's not the core. The core is a mirror. Pick a goal. Any goal you say matters. Open your calendar. Count how many blocks point to it. If the answer is 0, the goal is fiction. And that's not judgment, it's reflection. Because your calendar doesn't lie, it just shows what you're building. So every Sunday, I run a quick reset, just 1 page. What 3 actions built future value? Keep those. What 3 things wasted time? Cut or add friction. What 3 things will I invest in this week? People, skills, or projects? Define done. And what 2 windows will I protect, no matter what? That's it. Simple, repeatable, alive. It changed my calendar, but more than that, it changed how time feels inside my day. You feel lighter because your day isn't fighting your goals. You feel sharper because you're not switching so much. You feel richer because your time echoes. And the best part, you stop measuring progress in checkboxes and start building a life with compound interest. If this resonates with you, comment below. Which will you invest in this week? People, a skill, or a project? Let's stop having 0 return days. Let's start placing time like it matters. Because it does. You just saw how placing your hours with intention creates momentum that echoes. But what if you could multiply that momentum by making your biggest moves in total silence? Watch build yourself quietly, stay silent until you're unstoppable to learn the 3-step system for growing off the radar so you build strength in silence and show up unstoppable when it counts.